So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our evening. I would like to call it connection, is because our connection is not just on a personal level or a company level or any of the level besides spiritual level, because we are all here to connect on the wisdom level, and the wisdom is related to all of us. Really, wisdom, secrets, understanding, or clarity, it's good for all of us. So therefore, that is our connection on the aha moment, on the acceptance, or the agreement that there is a path, or whatever it is that you feel that you got connected. That's your connection. So obviously, this is should be all humanity connected on a wisdom level, and therefore not shouldn't be just about the physical appearance of things, or people that like the same sport or any of that. That's very nice. Or separate men and women. Should be about the wisdom. Should be about the connection to our greatest self, our greatest elevated place. So we come into this week, and I share before, every week that we study together, I would love that if you can meditate that wisdom, the few of us that comes together to study, that wisdom, that light that is being revealed, our process will add to the light in the world. As right now, the world is in need of a lot of light, a lot of good messages, good energy, good feeling, because it's really, been suffocated with, I would not, I want to say hatred, which is a strong word, but hatred and despair and separation and sided and all of that. So we want to bring something what we call of a central column, of a union between, at least between us and ourselves, to understand, to acknowledge, and as well people around us that should be more sensitive as well. This week we learn that when we go to the teaching and want to understand a deeper aspect, of who we are, we want to go to the depth of Kabbalah. And within this week, the Kabbalists reveal a beautiful, many different secrets, but one that is almost very hard to speak about, which is immortality. In this week's energy, it's the energy of immortality. Now again, immortality, we see people dying, we see destruction, we see finite energy. Where is the infinite? Where is the unlimited? Where is immortal being? Obviously, we as human beings came equipped with the ability to be immortal. Whether we access or not, whether we will, harness that, that's something else. But the Kabbalists explain, look at your body. When your body have difficulty, it's not the medication that cures it, it's the body itself that cures. If a bone is broken in someone's body, the doctor doesn't fix the bone, he just put it in a place, and the body does it by itself. When you cut your nail, it grows, right? Or many other, many other parts of the body don't, if you cut, God forbid, a limb or so, but that process or the abilities exist within the body, exist. We just need the right environment for that, the right consciousness for it, and obviously the path that lead us into being immortal. Because I'm sure anyone who lives in this world right now, seeing what's going on, I'm not sure you want to live forever in a reality like that. So obviously that's not a good promotion for the reality, to live in a reality that everybody is hating and in war with everybody. We go back to Abraham, these are the stories right now that's surrounded by Abraham. Abraham is the father of all religion, as we spoke about. And we spoke about it's not the only religion, there's many different religions, there's many different groups and many different countries and many different nations and many. Why do we have all of those too many or so many or different kinds and everyone is working with their own system. It's not a problem. But it's important to understand that we all need to respect its process and its purpose in life. For example, in the human body, we even learn that blood is the same blood to anybody, right? Blood, the white cells, the red cells, and so forth, right? But the blood that you have in your legs or in your hands or even in your kidney is not the same one that reaches the heart. The heart can function on a very specific blood, the same blood, but the levels of the blood has to be, divided according to its use. The same thing in the world. Everybody works on the same light, but everybody trying to conquer the other. Everybody try to rule the other. If think about your physical body, imagine the kidney is upset. Oh, why the liver is too big? Let's chop it, right? No, the kidney is using the same thing. The liver has the same reasons, and the blood to be used for that. And everybody need to respect each other, because in your body, when organs in the body are dysfunctional, the entire body suffers. The entire body suffers. So this is from Abraham. Abraham established for us to understand that yes, you're going to have many nations. In these weeks, he sends gifts to all over the world. He sends wisdom. And we know he sends the wisdom of Kabbalah. The Zohar explained clearly. Many of the lessons of Kabbalah, you're going to find it in any religion. It's based on this wisdom. But of course, every individual need to respect where they are, what they believe in, and not trying to conquer or to rule or to force, to coerce their belief on others. The one thing that your body look like is functioning because the hand represents the other hand. The heart represents respect the liver, respect the kidney, then respect anything in your body. There's no left leg is better than right leg. No, it doesn't work like that. This is just human that forget that there is one unified energy, the blood we call it, right? The soul, the light that is unified, all of us, regardless of how you believe and how you functioning as a nation, as how you function as a city or as a country or as a community. For us, has to be that understanding that every group, every nation, every religion have its own purpose in the world. If we don't understand that, even think about the Muslim want to destroy the Jewish people, the Jewish want to. It makes no sense. If you eliminate it, can you imagine somebody fighting to eliminate a limb on his body? Why? Again, if you don't come from that place, you're already insane that the body is retaliate. When the immune system, there's something that called the immune system attacking the body, right? Have you heard that before? Right? What does it mean? It's autoimmune, right? That's what's happening in the world. We need to quiet down. We need to put the body, the entire world, in a different level, bringing more light, bringing more compassion to the world. That is the time right now. So this week, there's a specific ingredient that comes to us freely this week that we need to ask for it. We want to awaken. And it's come from Sarah. The word or the name of this portion called Chayei Sarah. The lives of Sarah. Not one life. What do you mean? She had double life? She had triple life? It said it in plural, not in singular. Well, how many lives you have? You have one, right? At least in this world. In this lifetime, I'm saying. But then it says something interesting. It's mentioning her age when she died. On a big picture, the entire portion is written under the name Sarah, but it's just mentioned in the first beginning her age, and the entire story doesn't even say her name, doesn't even mention anything about it. The whole story go about how Abraham sent his assistant, his servant, to find a wife for Isaac. That's the whole story, and nothing about Sarah. So what is that? Is a joke, just like a symbol? Give her a portion, and then just mention her name and age, and that's it. Just to understand, just to put it in context. The lives of Sarah, we're going to dive a little bit deeper and to understand what it means, because we all have that. But when it's written her age, it's written in a weird way. It's 127. So it says 100 year in singular, which we said plural, 20 year in singular, and 7 in plural. Okay, so you understand it's written wrong. Whoever read it said, why did they write it this way? There's a typo here. It's not. It's clearly a secret. And the second part of that is that no woman was mentioning ever her age when she passed. Now again, all other women that explained that she left, Miriam died, and Rachel died, and also, but no age. Any one of the men is mentioning their name as what age, right? 930, this guy, Abraham died 175. This is the beauty of Sarah. And this is the beauty of what we all need to awaken, first of all. One is the power of the woman is awakened in this week. That's what Sarah did. Sarah, obviously, by her not mentioning, we know it's all about the woman in the story, right? Because everybody knows that in life, it's all, even if the women, I mean, again, historically was not in the front. But if you understand spiritually what Sarah did, she opened the gate in this portion, right? With mentioning the idea of the age. We'll explain to you a little bit more, but it's nothing to do with the numbers or the age, but the power of the woman. That one, the Zohar explained, whoever trying to make themselves big in this world is very small in the spiritual world. And whoever is small in this world, that's why we're talking about the numbers, completed the other way around. The 7 should be the first, right? It's at the end. So the idea is that when you make yourself small in this world, your impact spiritually is greater than what you can understand. What am I saying small? Not small, not important. Small meaning humble. Humility comes to us this week. And then the humility that Sarah had, I wish to, again, understand that, to cling to it. But what she's mentioning here, what she's helping her here, I'll even tell you more. I'll even tell you 1 second more, and then we're going to go back because it's so big, it's so important. What is real humility? What is real humility? Is when everything about you and you are not there. Let's say everything, the entire event, the entire day was about you. You don't even know it, and you're not even there. But everything, all the event is about you. That's what's actually happening with Sarah. She was not mentioning it all, but the whole part, it's all her. It's all her name written on it, but she doesn't need to be part of the story. She doesn't need that, because that's her greatest impact. A lot of us working the other way around. This world is training us to be Make sure they say your name. Make sure you get the credit. Make sure they put you in the contract. Make sure that, yeah, but Benjamin, if not this world, business world, they're going to eat you like. That's not the point. It's the point of where you come from. I want to be known. I want my name to be there. I want my company name to be after me, right? I want my, even like you have kids named after the grandpa and this to honor. What if the grandpa wasn't so good, right? What if the grandma was mean person? Why you name the person after that? That's what. Oh, for honor, right? Or many other things that people do for honor and respect. And what happened? It doesn't create spiritual impact. It doesn't create what it meant to create, a greater opening, a greater light in the person's life and in the world. So obviously, Sarah is teaching us, if you want to be everywhere, be nowhere. If you want to be somebody, start to become nobody. Don't try to make yourself this way, because that is not going to elevate you. Maybe for a wave, maybe for like a hype, maybe you're going to be a trendy for a day. But impact forever, to be written forever, to create impact for women forever, that's it. And again, her story, a life story, and things, what she's done to create an impact like that. Of course, Abraham knows that he became who he became for all the entire world. He's the most known celebrity. Does anybody doesn't know Abraham? Right? Some people don't know some a movie actor, but nobody knows. Nobody can say, I don't know who's Abraham and all of those people, right? No, everybody knows forever. Why? Because of the light that they reveal, nothing to do with money or housing. There's no home that, they build those buildings. No, it's not those people. The impact is completely different. So first, please don't take yourself too serious. Please understand that humility is allowing you, again, this week, the gift of that is allowing you to become known everywhere, all the time, without the need of you being there, without of you need to taking care of your name. Then, another beautiful understanding here is there's two things. Again, one is the passing of Sarah. Two is Abraham find out a cave in Hebron, and he bought that cave. And the third story is the finding of Rebecca for Isaac. That's the whole story. Now, few things about the buying of the cave. Abraham is buying a cave in Kiryat Arba in Hebron. Hebron in Israel, right? Is also the word Hebron is chibur, is a connection, right? The word Hebron is a chibur, is a connection, but it's also an awakening for the spiritual dimension that exists in that place. Abraham knows. So imagine, I just maybe tell you the story because it's a cute story. It should be mentioned every year. Abraham, known to be back then around that time, he was known and very highly respected individual, and everybody in town was really was honoring him. When Sarah died or about to die, he walks around in Hebron, and he saw such great love. Of course, maybe I should mention the story. You see a little calf running. He ran after the calf that ran away from the cattle. So of course Abraham is care and is not wasting. Went and chased after this calf into a cave. When he get to that cave, he realized the tremendous light in that cave. Long story short, that's the cave that is until today where Abraham, Sarah, Jacob, Isaac, Esau, they're all buried there. right? And that place is in Hebron. But over there, between them, there is a little hole. You can go there until every day. I'm sharing with you every year about that story. That is the entrance to Garden of Eden. And it's locked and it's sealed with a big rock. And there's a little opening. You can actually smell it. There's a air coming out. It's sealed, firm. You cannot go in. It's locked. And there's a lot of stories about that cave. But Abraham revealed that that is the entrance. That's where he saw Adam and Eve. That light is what we call the Garden of Eden, the entrance of the Garden of Eden. Now, the Zohar explained clearly that every soul that comes to this world and leave this world, leave from there and come from there and go to its place where it needs to be in the world. But that's a separate lesson and an interesting conversation. What do we want to understand here? Abraham realized, man, this is a very serious place. I gotta have a place like that. But of course, he says, if I'm gonna go to Efron, the owner of the cave, he says, listen, can you please tell me that cave? You have the cave of the Garden of Eden, the entrance of Garden of Eden. What do you think is Efron, the guy, the owner, the real estate tycoon, will do? He will build a shopping center there. He said, he will build a building. He said, this is it. He's not going to sell it, or he's going to spike the price. So obviously, Abraham is the first deal that was closed actually in the Torah. It's this deal. And so he goes around. And the way he went about it is because the people highly respected Abraham. So he said to the people, by the way, my family is about to pass. Do you think there's anyone that have land over here? And you know who he's talking about. Oh yeah, the big tycoon over here. His name is Efron. He owns all the land. He said, do you think that maybe a little, I don't care, it should be maybe a little cave, any cave around? That's what he says. Maybe just in a cave, I'll shovel my family there. I don't need something big, just something small, maybe a cave. So the people can go to Efron and says, it's going to be a great honor for you to give a little piece of land to make a graveyard for his family. Do you have any cave? He says, yeah, over there, today, in the end of my field, there's like this little cave. Take that. Right? He gave him 400 shekels. So imagine like any building here, or somebody give you the land for like maybe 40 grand, maybe compare it to today. 40 grand, you have a piece in Manhattan, right? It's amazing. You know what it's for. On a side, I always like that idea that sometimes we offering a friend of ours something, right? And end up being that what you offer them to do, or maybe to jump on a deal, they end up making so much more money. How do you feel after a couple of years of looking? There's like, what? I don't need to buy that stock, right? And you make millions of that. What happened to a person like that? It's like, how come they didn't remember me? Like I was the one, right? A lot of us have that need to go back and take back. You understand? This is very important understanding here, because, I don't mind offering you, right? Because right now, if one, after you woke up and you realize, wait a second, I've been fooled, right? He wants back, I want it, right? You can't. You have to let go. A lot of us have we call it a narrow eye, right? Or I like to use the word stingy, but sometimes when we see something, like let's say you gave an offer for somebody to buy an apartment, right? Oh, by the way, you should buy that apartment next door. Then it's like, oh wow, that's a great idea, great price. And then a few years later, boom, the market is booming. You triple your money. How do you feel as a friend that offered that? You expecting that the person will come and say, oh my God, really, you really helped me in my life, right? You really saved, all of us looking for you. Therefore, it's not happening all the time. So I recommend it. This is side recommendation. It's not the whole lesson of this week, but when you do recommend something to someone, when you do have the desire to bring someone closer to success, don't ever have a thought within you that one day they're going to repay me. Don't bring that in. Don't insert that in the deal. You know what? I offer you to buy. Imagine you tell somebody 20 years ago, like they told me, to buy Bitcoin 40, when was it? 1990 something, 4, 5. Buy Bitcoin, 4, 5, something. Buy Bitcoin. And I know, my friend, I'm your best friend. I'm telling you, buy $50. You're going to give like 1,000 Bitcoin. So what am I going to do with 1,000 Bitcoin? $50. Take the $50. Take the Bitcoin. I don't need it. You didn't know, right? But today, you know what your friend offered you. Yes or no? How do you feel about that moment, right? You all had that interaction. I mean, depend your age, but you had that interaction many years ago. Same thing happening here. That is, first of all, lesson for all of us. Try to awaken within you the desire to propel people in life, to expand people in life, to make them wealthy, to make them successful, to make them, to empower people. That's the first initial humility you want to have. Not from an ego. Many people, I make you so. No. That's not going to work. It's not going to expand exponentially. It's going to limit. So this is what we learn from Abraham, the second idea. In the, what we call the buying of the cave of the Machpelah. Another thing is, he sends his loyal servant to look for a mate, his soulmate for his son. Again, there's a beautiful understanding here that you can't really read directly. You need a little bit more into it. Every time it speaks about the person, the loyal servant of Abraham, his name was Eliezer, but his name was never mentioned. Why? It's always said that the Eved Abraham, the loyal servant of Abraham, or the second in command, or the assistant. Why? Why never mentioned his name? Same idea. He wasn't there. What do you mean? We saw him going to this city, going to this city, take his camel. We see. What do you mean he wasn't there? He was there. No, he didn't bring himself. He was connected to his mission, to his purpose, and what he meant to do in that moment. And all the time, which I explain, like Sarah. Sarah is all over the portion, but never mentioned her name. Eliezer is all over the portion, but never mentioned his name, to indicate that when I'm mentioning me, when my name is more important than what I'm doing, you limit the light that can flow into it. From a personal level, remember, for Eliezer, it was very difficult because he grew up with Abraham. And Abraham telling him, listen, for my son, I want you to go to these people, but not Canaan. Go to that place, find a woman for my son. Now imagine, Eliezer at the time have a daughter. What do you think happened to him? Right away, when he said, go find a woman for my son, right away is what? Any one of you would have said, I don't know why my master doesn't really see. I have a cute daughter, she's ready to go. Right? Why are you sending me all of them? Right? Break and smash his ego. Right? But wait a second, why not me? And that is why he had to go the whole ride and never move myself from the equation, take myself out of the picture. That's what he needed to tell himself. It's not one time that is mentioned. Many, many times, Eved Avraham. He never mentioned his name because every time he struggled throughout the process. Please remove myself from the equation. Remove my ego from the process, because this is how success happening. And he says, he's using the word success. Please, he asked the Creator, allow me to be successful in my endeavor. How? By not, please allow me not to show, not to shine my light. I have to shine the message of what my master gave me. And he says, he's always asked over and over, right? Don't inject my need, my personal agenda. And that's what caused his success. That's what allowed to his success. Any idea, any project that you have, any relationship that you're working on, any business endeavor, anything that you do, more of you is attached to it, less light can funnel, but less continuity you have for that business, for the relationship, for the kids. Don't involve yourself. That is the first message. This is the real message of Sarah. Anybody know that behind, they call it, behind any successful man, this is something people say, right? There is a powerful woman. Why don't you put a powerful woman first? Then you're going to see a strong man, right? That's the idea of the woman. A woman with a little bit level of humility can attract billions, as opposed to millions or thousands. But a little level of humility, let them be in the front. Who cares? Let him fight the fight. I get the credit, right? So again, a lot of us are fighting for position. Me and this and that. You're missing the point. You want to be the front. You want to go be the one. You think you're going to make it better? Go do it. And then you realize it's nothing to do with that. Because if you care for the business, if you care for the deal, if you care for the project, you make sure that you're not involved. What do you mean me? The ego, the attachment, not involved. Again, as the Kabbalists mentioned many times, it doesn't matter how stupid, how smart you are. You also, stupid people make money, and also smart people make money. Also, smart people lose money, like stupid people, right? If you find smart people losing money, a lot of smart people losing money, right? So it really doesn't mean that, right? A real success, it's something, because that's not an indication if you're going to be successful or not. Well, I'm not so smart, but I don't have a degrees, but I never finished college, but no. That doesn't indicate anything. Real success is something that lasts forever. Real success is when you are not there and the business work even better than when you are there. What is the first test of a leader? Anybody know? Don't answer. Is when he's not there. That's the first test of any leader. Is when they are not there. Is it function right? Is it functioning better? Is it moving? People moving, driving? Good question. Real success is when you start seeing the impossible become possible. Real success. Not simply just to coast or just to be okay. You know what? We are breaking even and everybody's okay with that. It's okay for now. Real success is that to know from the most unimportant thing that look like unimportant, the greatest revelation comes. So sometime in the company or in a project or in gathering, we focus on like, whoa, these are very important. Sometimes from the unimportant moment, the greatest revelation comes. So again, this is real success to see all these areas. And again, another level of success that we don't even counter or even encounter is when you don't know how much impact you have. Most people do something, they want to, yeah, but how, like for example, we always say to people, pray for somebody else, right? A friend of you, meditate for them, for their success, to find their soul, right? But don't call them the next day. Says, by the way, you feel better? You find, how was the date? It was good. Yeah, I was praying for you. No, right? That should be working. A lot of people doing it. That has to stop because you're missing the point. Or like someone does such a great action, but looking to see how my impact was. I impactful? What? Or imagine after I'm doing a class right now, and then how was I impactful? You felt my impact, right? It's how does it sound? Terrible, terrible. I can't even once say I'm one saying it in a. It's terrible. Yeah, you know, somebody's performing or somebody's giving presentation. How was good, right? It's good. You like it, you know, right? How was my performance? You know, and some people doing it honestly, they're asking, but they don't even see that it's all ego. It's all like, I want to know, right? So that is a real success when you actually don't even care or look for that. That's the beginning of success. That's why in this week's portion, it gives us many, many, many ways of success. That the Creator will succeed your way. The Creator is with you when you are not there. When your fingerprints is all over the place, it's very hard to have clarity. You know, glasses, right? Imagine I put all my fingerprint on that. It's so hard to see. That's what it is. The last thing that maybe I'll share with you, if I have time, let's see. There's so many. But I think we're good for now. You know what? Last thing. It says, "V'Avraham zaken ba bayamim," and Abraham comes to his days. V'Hashem berech et Avraham b'kol, and then the Creator blessed him with everything. But again, the one consciousness I want to connect to, Avraham zaken ba bayamim. He came to its days. Now, literally, that's what it means. But when you learn Kabbalah, you know that it's nothing to do with the literal translation, but the code of what Avraham is sharing with us. And Avraham shared that Yamim is days. In the end of anyone's life, every single day come in front of you like a screen. And you sit and you watch, what did you do in that day? Imagine in the end of your life, how many days you're sitting there watching you and the Creator, right? And all the angels watching. What did you do in that day? It's Monday, you were tired. Sunday, you went out, Saturday night. Let's look at you. Are you happy about any day they're going to look at? That's the question. Are you proud of any day you lived in this world? Or majority of the days you will be embarrassed that they will see, because not just they see what you did, you're going to see all what you were thinking and all what you were feeling and all where your eyes were looking at. Are you going to be proud on that individual, or you're going to be embarrassed and ashamed of that individual? What do you think? Don't answer me. The answer was very obvious. But what do you want? I didn't know. If I would know, from today, every day, I'm going to be a soldier. No, you're not going to. Because it's not the point. The point of every day of our life is a separate entity. It's not a whole bunch of like days. It's every day is its own entity, its own revelation. Okay, I couldn't do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it next day. No, it doesn't work like that. Baba Yami, meaning every single day come in the end of your day. Now again, let me tell you more. Each one of those days is a step in a ladder that's meant to take you higher and higher. And if in that day you did not reveal the secret, what you meant to reveal in that day, it's as if that day is still stuck. Do we have days that we don't feel energized? We don't feel connected? There are days that I feel low, days that are depressed. I don't want a light. I don't want consciousness. I don't want anything. I want to be at home. Okay, no problem. Nobody blame you. But that day cannot be a step in a ladder that you need to climb up in the end of your life. So what happened? You will need to go back and ignite that day back again. That Sunday in 1970, 60, whatever. Doesn't matter the day. Every day is an entity that helps us. This is Abraham tell you. Every day was so happy to come when he came with Abraham. Baba Yamim, he came with his days. You know, that's why they talking days and not talking years or life. They talking about Baba Yamim, came with the days. So hopefully if we can, I can tell you one thing you can do about it. First of all, don't be embarrassed about all your days past. Don't worry about it because you can fix it. You can fix it. How? First of all, whether if you reveal all the secrets of the day or not, makes no difference. But were you happy in that day? That's it. If you're happy in that day, whether if I didn't really reveal it, you can say I'm happy, but you're really angry and upset and not really happy. Don't say I'm happy. Yeah, you can say a few times, maybe happy, maybe it's gonna make you feel better. But bring yourself to that level. That is again, if you want to do more, there's so much more to do every day. But at least to be happy every single day, let's put it this way, as much as you can, inject happiness for the day. Again, that's enough of the days. Many more secrets, but thank you for joining us, and send you light and love, and please share that light with the world.